What is going on? I'm zmot. We are back on the dev build. Bajillion diamonds, way too many resources, ridiculous base loadout. Now, it is no coincidence that we are on the dev build because we are going to be doing a sneak peek of the Lunar Mega Turtle. Now, speaking of not a coincidence, lots and lots of red troops loaded, red mega event. You tell me. I think it's just bound to be a thing. Also, we've got 50% Scorcher Health Tribe down here, fully boosted. We've also got all sorts of red statues, so it is all about red for this mega event. We have 10 boosted troop health statues, and what that means is that we are looking at approximately 230,000 health per Scorcher. And then if we take the turtle bonuses into effect, something like this from stages 0 to 9, 50% extra health. Now, that is not just for Scorchers, but just saying Scorcher is going to be pretty darn good. Then in stages 10 to 9, 75, 20 to 29, 100. You can read, you get the idea. Stage 60 plus, we are going to have 200% extra health. If we get rid of that graphic, come back over here to our armory, you'll see that's going to mean an extra 100,000 health. So we're looking at, instead of 230,000 health, 330,000 health per Scorcher. Going to be bananas. Then you take Bullet, and we've got 150,000 health there. Then we're going to add 72-ish more on top of that. And we're looking at like 230,000 health for Bullet. Now, his energy drink, let's have a quick look at that. It replies 42% of his health. So you do the math, lots and lots of health coming back from the energy drink. I figured might as well go whole hog. Now, the Mega Turtle is not magically amazing. It doesn't have all these crazy things to it. It's basically the Mega Crab, but instead of being purple, it's red. And instead of being a crab, you guessed it, it's a flying frickin' turtle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump by 20 stages at a time, and we'll see how long we have to go before we lose a Scorcher. Now, obviously, we don't have enough gunboat energy to drop all of our Scorchers because we went and got health instead, and we're probably going to have to tickle bases to death simply because we don't have any troop damage. So I don't recommend using this as your actual statue layout. I mean, if you want to do it, by all means do it, but stage 1 went down no problem. If we would have lost a Scorcher there, I would have been very amazed. But now we're back with stage 21, and stage 21 usually is when things get to be a little bit difficult. I mean, stage 18 is usually when things start to be a bit of a problem for many people. Now, Bullet with Scorchers, not typically the best choice because Bullet tends to go in behind the Scorchers, but with the Shock Knuckles, he can actually be kind of useful. So, Shock Knuckles, not typically a great ability, but when you start mixing in some Scorchers, man, I'm having a hard time touching that left-hand side ramp for whatever reason. But 200 and whatever the heck thousand health Scorchers we have here are just going to cruise through all this stuff, assuming that Cryo Bomb doesn't slow them down. Now, remember low levels, Cryo Bombs will destroy your troops. You don't want to mess with them. So just these things do some damage. If you've never done the Mega Crab or the Mega Turtle before, please hit me up in the comments. I've got guides and suggestions and all that sort of stuff. But anyone who is HQ 24, all Scorchers is going to go a long way. Now, I'm just going to flare. You know what? Let's flare onto this shock launcher because I don't want to have to wait as they clear every single building, primarily because we have no troop damage, and troop damage is usually the difference between a win and a loss when it comes to the Mega Crab. If you're going to have too many of one kind of statues, usually too many damages is the way to go. But we're just going to see how these Scorchers do. They're going to spread out fairly wide, and that is one of the huge benefits of 16 Scorchers, is that they spread out wide, and defenses can't target one of them at a time. Now, you can see here, we've actually got that one down to about half health after it's been shot in the face by about 50 cannons. So you will start to lose some things if you don't plan your attacks reasonably well. But as you can see here, max level Scorchers with thousands and thousands and thousands of health, no problem whatsoever. burning everything. Trogdor burninating the countryside. It's just burning, burning, burning. Now, Scorchers are going to be a great way to go, especially if you don't have instant training, because you're probably not going to lose all that many troops. I almost lost one right there, and we're only on stage 21. So you can have all the health in the world, and without some gunboat energy or some damage to back it up, might run into a bit of difficulty. Now, speaking of difficulty, these statues, I should say trophies, bother quite a few people. And the reason for that is if we go into the build section, the Iron Trophy is every other Mega Crab trophy that's out there has a base on it. For whatever reason, the Lunar New Year trophies do not have a base on it. It's not going to change. I know a lot of you have actually asked about this. It surprises me. I don't know if you guys all have OCD or you just like the look of it or whatever it might be, but they are not adding a base to the Iron Lantern trophy. If that bothers you, please do let me know in the comments. Maybe we can let Supercell know and they can fix it for the next time. But for now, let's get into stage 41 and see, let's just go back here. Let's just check. So at stage 41, we've got 150% troop health. Let's just confirm. What are we at here? We're at stage 41, 150%, stage 41, 150%. So the graphic is correct. I was a little bit concerned about that, to be completely honest. Now, I'm going to get rid of Bullet because as much health as he has, I don't think he is the right answer. We're going to bring in Kavan. Maybe Kavan can bring us some fancy red Scorchers. Now, these Scorchers, sadly, we can't go into our armory and see how much health they have because it's a crab specific bonus, and I make that mistake all the time. I'll go from attacking Mega Crab and I'll feel invincible, and then I'll go attack a base and then forget that the bonuses don't come across. So don't be like me. Don't make those silly, ridiculous mistakes. Nonetheless, let's get rid of this and this because the Scorchers already aren't going to do a heck of a lot of damage. If they're slowed down, they're going to do even less. So now we're just going to drop all of our Scorchers nice and slow. Can only get 6 boats dropped, but hopefully, just hopefully, we can get a couple more boats in a second or two once we get into here a little bit further along. Now, you can hit the corner, you can unlock the critters and get the cryo bomb all at the same time. I find that I miss often for whatever reason. So if you miss that easy corner spot for whatever reason, know that you're not alone. I think that's what it comes down to, is just know you're not alone. I make more mistakes than most, and I'm pretty good at them, better than many. So you're not alone in any sense of the word. So nonetheless, keeping our ridiculously healthy Scorchers moving forward. Kavan is right in the thick of it. I don't know how long he is going to last. He is a dentist up on the front lines, trying to keep those Scorchers alive. Maybe not the best choice using Kavan. I don't know that Kavan is ever the best choice. Sparky probably would have been better because her critters would have been doing some more active stuff than Kavan. But you know what? Kavan needs his moment too. He can't just play Warships. So nonetheless, let's keep moving. That cryo bomb is going to cause us nothing but problems if we can't get the heck out of the way. Now, little note, you can't smoke and avoid a cryo bomb. That was just me trying to show the fact off that you can't smoke and avoid a cryo bomb. Now our Scorchers are going to fully spread out, and we have no chance of soloing this by going to the core. We need to get some of these here shield gens because there's just too much health on these cores. Now, I kind of doubt that we're going to lose based on losing troops, just not having enough damage. So not the ideal troop combo, not the ideal statue layout, I don't think, but 200% troop health is going to be so good for so many different troops. Zukas, for example, you can smoke all your Zukas back there running over mines like a crazy person without a heck of a lot of difficulty. Zukas aren't at all the best troop combo for the Mega Crab, but the extra health will give them a bit of a bonus, just like it will for every other troop, I suppose. So now we're going to come in, and we've actually lost one Scorcher already, and Kavan is down, so we can't even bring back the pink zombie Scorcher. And if we're going to watch this shield, it's likely not going to move all that much. No extra damage, so 10 troop health statues might be decent for clearing your map, but for beating Mega Crab stage is probably not going to be the right answer. So we're going to drop some critters back in here, hoping to keep something distracted, as all we still have 14 Scorchers, sorry, and they are spreading like wildfire, still clearing all sorts of defenses. You know what, let's bring them a little bit further back. A couple too many of them are focused on the core, and we definitely don't want that, because there's just too many boom cannons around. But all these boom cannons, and we've only lost 3 Scorchers now, just shows how ridiculously op they are right now. Op, OP, I don't really care, it's 2 letters, say it however you want. Nonetheless, come on. Now, part of the problem with Scorchers is you kind of have to flare things once in a while, otherwise they all just distribute their damage amongst many things. So, realistically, for getting the diamond statue, all Scorchers is going to be ideal, because you can clear in the first attack, and then you can just bring Zukas back here. And in order to get diamond, all you need is to solo up to stage 30 or so, and then you just need to get 2 hits for every stage after that, and Scorchers are going to be a great way to do that. Not necessarily a fun way to do that, but a nice, easy way to get farther than you've possibly gotten before for many players. That is stage 40. I'm going to come back and just do stage 70. We'll skip 61, and we'll just come straight back to all goodness. Now, one thing to note, obviously our Scorchers didn't have enough damage. They had tons and tons of health, but there's an easy fix for that. What we can do right in here is, instead of bringing all Scorchers, which is a lot more gunboat energy than we actually have, we can actually mix in a few boats of Bombardiers and send them behind the Scorchers. That's going to take less gunboat energy to drop, and typically Bombardiers are fantastic, but they lack a little bit of health. But now, suddenly, on stage 20, we've got 200% extra troop health. And for Bombardiers, who are known as glass cannons, they have lots and lots of damage, but lack a little bit in the health aspect. Suddenly, Bob is your uncle, and you've got more health than you could ever need, and all sorts of extra damage. And Kavan is going to hang out in behind and help keep them happy and healthy as well. So, not saying this is the best troop combo, but it's one you probably should consider rolling out, just based on how ridiculous the Scorchers are. Now, I don't think critters that come from a can have extra health, but I'd be very curious to see if the critters that come out of your gunboat energy have extra health or not. Someone want to do that test and let me know? Please do. I'm just waiting for one of them to get shot by a boom cannon so we can see. There's no way for me to click on that critter and figure it out, so I assume they don't have extra health, but we have no way of finding out. Just like we have no way of finding out how much health Kavan has right now. We could do the math, but that's way too much work. Look at our Scorchers, just burning through absolutely everything. We've lost a total of 0 Bombardiers right now. They're just staying in behind, and as long as we can watch our angles, watch our sides, those Bombardiers are essentially going to last forever. Probably a great troop combo. I'll let you guys let me know. There's gonna, with 200% extra health, which troops are you excited to try? Are you gonna bring like Zukas back in here? Are you gonna try smoking ridiculously overpowered warriors on this Mega Crab? Or are you just going to go with 16 Scorchers, or 14, or 10, or whatever the heck it is? Now, you'll see Kavan trying his best to keep those Scorchers alive. Bombardiers still cruising along in behind. We have not lost a Bombardier, and I don't see us losing one for quite a while. But the Scorchers, you see we've got a couple that have gotten quite low in health. We've already lost one. We're about to lose 2, 3 more, potentially. So, Everspark might just be the better choice here, because she would be dropping some critters, distracting those single shot defenses, as opposed to just doing a tiny little bit of healing like Kavan is. So, realistically, getting Bullet out front with his 200 and whatever the heck thousand health, probably the best option, but then follow that up with Everspark. Kavan, not really going to be all that useful, but that pink zombie Scorcher he just brought back has 200 and some crazy number 1,000 health, so not gonna sleep on that either. Let me know which hero you're gonna use, which stage you're hoping to get to, what trophy you're hoping to get, whether it's just as many stages as you can so you can farm powder. It'll be forced closing. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing, to be completely honest. But anyways, that is my sneak peek for this Mega Crab. I will not be doing 10 troop health statues ever again, simply because there's just not enough damage. It's kind of like watching paint dry a little bit. The Bombardiers definitely help a little bit in behind, but this is just your standard mega crab looking ever so slightly different. I wish I could zoom out even farther because that looks kind of cool zooming out that far and seeing things in teeny tiny details, but there used to be a bug when you can do that, I think, or a glitch or something, but doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. We are going to run out of time. Speaking of running out of time, this sneak peek is going to come to an end in about 36 seconds. So just like we talked about in the last attack, Scorchers are a fantastic way to two-hit bases, and you can two-hit your way to a diamond trophy, no problem at all, but that is not going to be all that exciting. Really, it's whatever floats your boat. This is going to be a great way to force close and farm a bunch of powder and not spend a lot of time on the Mega Crab. But there are so many different strategies, so many different goals and plans and stuff that I'll leave it up to you guys to let me know how you're going to attack this Mega Turtle with its flying fins, or whatever the heck those things are called. Anyways, if you enjoyed this, if you've stuck around till the very, very end, please consider throwing zmot into your creator code. It sends me warm and fuzzies, and I will send you many, many thanks. Otherwise, as always, I am a BoomTuber. My name is zmot, also known as Anon Moose. Thank you for coming in. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks again. I'm zmot. Peace.